it's me, Shani, and today I'm going to be showing you my top 15 fall palettes, and I'm kind of excited to go through them. The way I'm going to be doing this, I didn't really go through and say, okay, this is my favorite fall palette, this is my favorite fall palette. It's more so that these are the palettes I picked for my Shop My Stash for the month of September, October, and November. So I'm going to go through and pick why I picked them. And a Shop My Stash is basically like you pick your own products in your own collection and try to use them more and focus on them in that month or in that period. And so I like to change out my palettes every month that I'm focusing on, if that makes sense, my eyeshadow palettes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great fall so far. I am not really wearing a fall outfit right now. This is more of a summer romper, but I am super excited for fall. I've been drinking putting pumpkin creamer in my coffee, and I've been really just enjoying all the fall types of things. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's just get right into it. So first, I'm going to show you my September palettes, which I have been using in obviously this month of September, and I'll tell you kind of why I picked each one and how I've been enjoying using them, because it is September right now. And so the first one is the Maven Beauty Cosmic Drip palette in Stargate, and this is gorgeous. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and there is just 4 shimmer shades, and the blue, oh my god, I used this the other day and it's so gorgeous and like bright and sparkly. And then the other shades are a little more muted, but this one kind of has like a greenish tone to it. They're just gorgeous. This is like a burgundy. I really enjoy these 4 shimmers. This is like, I kind of threw this in because it's kind of jewel tones, which I like in the fall, and I really haven't been showing this much love because it's newer to my collection, so I thought this is the perfect time to throw it in so I can get some more use out of it, and I really enjoy it, and I've been pairing it with other palettes and really enjoying that. So that's a great formula for shimmers there. And then the next one is what I'm wearing today, the Sultry palette from Anastasia, and I just love this palette for so many reasons. It's very glam but also neutral. You can keep it pretty basic as well, but it's just so gorgeous. The shimmers are gorgeous. I am wearing it today. I did more of a smoky look with Cyborg, Slate, and Noir down here, and I added in more of an eggplant shimmer as well. But I love this palette, and I think it's really a great palette for this time of year because it has those neutral tones, but it does give you a little bit more. It gives you some glam options. There's like Ember, which is more of a like greenish neutral, and steampunk, and then these shades here are like so great for winter time, so it kind of makes me think of a transition to, but like the pink is more summery, so it's like kind of a transition into fall palette for me, and I absolutely have been loving it, and it is what is on my eyes today. So that is a great palette. Then next I have the Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed palette, and if you were wondering too, for these palettes I try to use each of them 3 times, but that does mean like I could use these 2 together and that would count as 1 time for both of them, so it's kind of achievable for me, and I could still use other palettes throughout the month that are not included here if I ever want to. But these are the ones I focus on for the month. But the Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed palette I really love, and I think I'm kind of craving these tones right now. I've been really enjoying reaching for this just because it's like cooler toned purples and burgundies. I don't really use that blue, but other than that, I love the shimmers. I love the mattes in here. It's a really easy formula for me to work with, and I'm just really enjoying it, and I think it's a great kind of fallish palette. I don't know. You'll have to tell me what tones you enjoy wearing as makeup down below for fall, but I really enjoy this one. Had to throw it in. This is definitely a fall palette, the Nubian 2 Juvia's Place palette. And I know I did a type of fall palette themed video last year. I'm gonna have to watch it and see what I chose, because I remember this one was definitely in there. Love the greens, orangey, purples. Ugh, the shimmers are so gorgeous. The mattes in here can be a little tricky to work with sometimes, or a little patchy occasionally, so I have to be careful, but the shimmers are so gorgeous. And this palette is just, the color scheme really reminds me of fall, and like, I don't know, I just love it, and I think it's perfect for this time of year, like these gold shades, the green, the purple, the orange, like it's just so fun. I really like creating looks with this palette, so I had to throw this in. I've been enjoying using this one as well. And lastly, for my fifth palette for September is the Pure Visionary palette. I threw this in because I just haven't been showing it much love. It's so gorgeous, and I do like to throw in a pinky purple option every single month normally, and I feel like this was a really great option for this month because it's purpley and pinky tones, but it doesn't scream summer to me or anything. Like, I could see it being a little more fall-like. Not too many mattes in here, but the shimmers are just to die for. They are so gorgeous, so I threw this one in as well, kind of just to remind me to use it because I love the formula here. But yeah, that is my September palettes. Let's get into October. I'm super excited about these ones. Obviously, I had to throw in every October. I think I do this. The Subculture Anastasia palette. Such a pretty fall option. I absolutely love the greens, the grungy tones in here. This electric shade is so gorgeous. It's like a greenish shimmer. I don't know, the mustards, I really enjoy it, and the burgundy there. Really enjoy this palette, and I had to throw it in. It's a little tough to work with as well, like some of the darker shades, but I really enjoy it, and I would totally recommend it. I think it was limited edition, but it's just a really, really cool palette for this time of year, like, you know, October, fall type looks. Then next is the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. These two kind of remind me of each other sometimes, but I still wanted to throw both in because they are different. This has some more orangey tones, some greenish blue shades, and you could kind of do a neutral look with it too. It's so gorgeous, so colorful for the most part, and really, like, this gold is so, every single shade in this palette is so unique and so beautiful, and I love creating looks with this, and I haven't in a while, so this is kind of thrown in my collection to remind me how I do love it, and I can't wait to use it. I have another Juvia's Place palette in here, one of their minis. This is the Taupes by Juvia's Place, and this is just one I wanted to throw in because I don't use these minis all that often, and so I wanted to remind myself to use it, but also the cool tones in here. I feel like fall is great for some cool tones. Warm tones I love in fall as well, but this, I don't know, cool tones reminds me of fall too. And this is a really great palette here with these shimmers, and I don't know, I thought it was a interesting choice that I wanted to throw in. Then I have this one kind of doesn't go anywhere, but this is the Nomad Studio 54 palette, and I haven't reached for this in a long time, but it is so fun. It's more of a colorful palette, but I do love colorful eyeshadow, so I wanted to throw it in and get some more use out of it. So love this guy, it's so fun, and I'm excited to get more use out of it in October. And then I think this one will pair really nicely with this one. The last palette for October is the Sleeping Beauty Besame palette. I absolutely love this palette, and the shades are really fun. I just don't reach for it that often because it is an all matte palette, so I feel like an all shimmer palette with an all matte palette is always fun to pair during the months that I use them. But this also, it's just so beautiful, and it also reminds me of fall because you have those green tones, you have those interesting kind of mustard shades, some pinks. I don't know, I really enjoy this palette, and I like reaching for it for the fall as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my Shop My Stash for October. So yeah, I'm so excited about that. And then lastly for November, and if you guys want me to do another video for winter, let me know. Maybe I'll do December, January, and February palettes all in one. But let's go ahead into November. This is one I picked right away because I loved it last year for November, because I got it right around that time. It is the Natasha Denona Peak palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I really enjoy this. It's a little broken. I really enjoy this shade here. I use it all the time to set my concealer for my eyeshadow, but the like orange and brown really remind me of like Thanksgiving and that kind of time of year, so I wanted to throw this in to remember to use this more. I love the Natasha Denona formula, so wanted to, you know, use this a little more. Then I threw in the Anastasia Novena palette, which is not a fall palette by any means, but again, I like to throw in pinks and purples, and I felt like this was an interesting option because, like, maybe for fall, honestly, these two tones here, two shades here, kind of remind me of fall, so I wanted to throw this in because, like, there's this cool tone, there's these interesting warm tones, and then there's those pinks and purples I love. So I thought this could be an interesting palette to throw in, and someone recently talked about it on YouTube, and I was just like, I absolutely love this palette. I want to bring it back out and use it more. Next I have the Jouer Ultra Foil eyeshadow palette. I haven't used this in so long, but I love the formula. It's just so good, super shimmery and gorgeous. So I'm going to try to use this guy with some of these other palettes as well. And some of these are kind of more jewel toned and interesting shimmers that kind of remind me of fall as well, so that'll be fun to throw in. This one is definitely something I thought of that I wanted to use. This is the Colourpop Wine and Only palette, and it's just those berry reddish tones, and I feel like this will be perfect for November, and almost I feel like maybe I should have put it in December, but I'm going to stick with it for November just because I do crave these types of tones in fall, like the berry reddish tones. So love this formula, and I want to get more use out of this. And then lastly, one of my favorite palettes, the Tiny Marvels Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson palette. Absolutely love it, and I think it is a great palette for any time of year, honestly, but definitely for fall just because you have those interesting like greenish tones like here, and like those neutrals are kind of interesting. Even the pinks and purples are fun and interesting. Like these shades remind me of fall too, so I'm super excited to get more use out of this palette as well. I kind of throw some of these palettes in just because I miss using them and I want to use them more. So yeah, that is my top 15, or I don't know if I should call it top 15, but my 15 fall eyeshadow palettes that I selected for each of those months. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!